tèmi fún ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lórí Aloore rédíò ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun aago 7 ọ̀sán títí di 4 gbẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ fi èrò yín àti àwọn ohun tí ó fẹ́ àtúnṣe ní agbègbè yín ránṣẹ́ sórí ètò lórí ìtàkùn àgbáyé www.aloreradio.com tàbí ìtàkùn ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ Facebook Aloore rédíò. Ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló jẹ wá lógún.
ọgbà tí àṣejìnà lòdì ìrànjẹ làwọn aláṣejòkó tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa jẹ ọba ni wọ́n ṣe gàyà díẹ̀ ná ìlú ló láṣẹ ẹjẹ́ ìlú ó jẹun náà ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlú là ń fowó ìlú ṣe nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀rí bí ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ṣe ń jògèrè LAUTECH ti di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé bíi 40 ló ti wẹ̀wọ̀ ọ̀tún pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tòun tòògùn àti irinṣẹ́ tó kójú owó iṣẹ́ sì ti fẹ́ẹ̀ parí pẹ̀lú lórí 100 míì jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ààbò tó dájú òun ohun amáyédẹrùn ní ìṣokùnfà ìdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá láwùjọ òun náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi wà nípò kẹta nínú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí ń pawó wọlé jùlọ lábẹ́lé nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ló ti láǹfààní ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà ti gbàlódé táṣeyọrí yìí ó sì jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ sùn wà bọ̀ láìpẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbowó wọn lásìkò pápá àṣírí Adámàsìngbà àtàwọn inú ojú pópó tí ń sòrú dọ̀sán ńkọ́ àwọn ìlú ti sọ pásì ìwádùn níṣèjọba yìí fi ń mọrírì gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ń sọ fún wa pé pẹ̀lú ìṣọ̀kan wa oòrùn tó kù lókè yìí ó táṣọ ọgbẹ.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
You are listening to True Talk with Ayodeji and Joy. It's gonna be a blast.
Being a Nigerian is great, but living in Nigeria is a great challenge because it comes with plenty of psychological draining challenges from citizenship to leadership, morality and politics, education, economy and religion. Join Ayodeji and Joy on True Talk every Tuesday by 2:30 p.m. as we discuss crime, politics, education, economy and so many more.
You can follow us on Facebook at Aloore Radio or YouTube at Aloore Radio. True Talk. Discussing the problem and bringing you the solution.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to True Talk, and this is Aloore Radio transmitting live from Oyo State, Agodi here in Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you Happy New Year on behalf of myself and this, I don't know, please.
We love for me. Happy New Year to you all.
Well, I don't know if you can hear her, but I'm here on my own. I don't know if she is here because of what are you doing?
Anyway, to our dear listeners, I'm very happy to meet you again this new year. Welcome to 2022.
Oh God, somebody is from Gen Z this year.
Been back on the phone. The land is green, it's green. Oh, the land is green, it's green. Let you see.
Okay, of course, don't get it twisted. This is True Talk, and my name still remains the same. You know, as I always say, Panediam is different from Pupu. You know, for those of us in Ondo State or from Ondo State, or let's say Panediam is different from from Fufu. Yeah, this is True Talk, and if it is not True Talk, it can be True Talk. And if you don't get it, you know, don't forget about it. But this is True Talk. All right, and I still remain the same. My friends call me to the Y to the O to the D to the E to the K to the I. Ayodeji Adegbola, your only political doctor. And here with me on the show is the person you know. Thank God. Count. No. Are you sure we know you? Oh, probably we have first-time listeners in the house. This is I don't know your name again. What's your name?
My name is Oluwatosin Ajola Dagoro, Lady IG.
Yeah, as I always call her. She
Short
is
for
Lady Instagram.
No.
Lady Instagram on the page. Well, I think people should have your Instagram handle very soon. I don't know. Do you? Don't worry.
It's green for me. I thought it was over, thought you were done with me. But we're just beginning. Whoa, my life is a journey. I will walk.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we should do the first thing first. Let us wish our Honorable Commissioner for Culture Information. Yes, the studio manager is just informing me that I almost forgot that Aloore is 1 year old. marry.
Your political pastor is here.
No. You know, sometimes when you are somewhere, you have to don't let me mix things up here.
Okay,
but really,
so we have double celebrations today. Is that what you're saying?
Double. So so which means that as you are listening, your blessing is already double.
No, dear listeners, let me give you one with Joe. If you are not doing too much, you can just find your way to Aloore radio station. I think there are double celebrations so that you can get your own plate of rice.
Mr. Akim, Mr. Shegun, they are all on ground, and I know what is going to happen. Mr. DJ came he's here with lots of loads. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he's smiling already. Just when you see him on the road, you know he has this thing.
He's loaded.
Mr. Shegun too is waiting, and very importantly, our Honorable Commissioner is also celebrating his birthday today, and guess what? He will be, I think, 58. He will be 58 this year.
Wow,
that's beautiful. So you can do you can do well to wish our Honorable Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism happy birthday. Please, you can drop a notification, you can drop your message, you can drop it down there, and we are also going to get it across to him. Very importantly, you can also follow us via www.facebook.com/AlooreRadio.com or YouTube Aloore Radio, website www.AlooreRadio.com, or you can simply get our mobile app, which is available on our Play Store. And let me tell you, as I always say, the more you share, the more your blessing. Talk more of today that we have double celebration. So double promotion, double anointing, double blessing, double share.
Double promotion,
yeah.
Double.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should go straight to our game now today. You know, after months of political speculations, in less than 24 hours, we have Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We all know him. He's a popular jingle. Permit me to call him the name. He's a popular man, and the Punch newspaper here before me says that reads that I will contest. Says I have told Buhari. That's the Punch newspaper here before me, and you know that Jagaban met with Buhari just yesterday, and ever since they had the meeting, there had been this dust has been raised again. The dust about age and performance, and I know that you also have been thinking about it. What is it with our elderly ones in Nigeria? What is it with age? What is it with the older generation? What is it with those men that has gray hair? You know, speculations like that. So, but the aim of this show today is that on this show we are going to be doing the discussion as to how does age really affect performance. Now, we are going to actually be taking it from different angles. We are not here to say older men cannot run for office. We are not here to say it is only younger ones that should be allowed to run for office. But we want to come from a point of view of being objective, and we want to leave you to make the decision yourself, to make the rational decision, let's say strategic decision yourself, to think, okay, if this is this, then I think this should be this. You know, that's the way we make cause and effect calculation. What am I on the right track? Yeah, exactly. Our mommy said I can continue. So we are going to make that kind of decision on the show today. So we are going to be doing some analysis, at least to a particular extent. We are going to be looking at how does age affect performance? How does age affect performance? If you are young, what should we be expecting from you? At least relying majorly on little political understanding, and also on our conventional wisdom. How does age affect either you're young or you're old? Please stay tuned on this show, as it promises to be very, very interesting.
great.
All right. Let me ask you in the house, listeners, do you know or can you remember the minimum age that is for aspirants in Nigeria? I don't know.
The new or the old?
The new one. That has been assented. The new one. Okay. Maybe I should just say it. The minimum age, just as we have the minimum wage, we have, which is 18,000 yeah, as we have the minimum age, which is around, so at the same as we have the minimum wage, we have the minimum age that has been assented when we had this not young to run bill. Yeah, the minimum age is around 25 to run for office. So this is a good news for those of us that are actually not aware of that. If you are 25 years old, you can run for office. And I think I have quite a couple of friends that have been seeing that poster all around, flying all around, but really, the issue is that majority of them really, I don't think any of them actually won. Yeah.
Well, you know that there are a lot of merits and demerits to this not so young to vote. Sorry, let me just quickly add to this that if you are 25, don't be too happy to say, okay, you want to run now. It depends on the office you want to run for. If you are running for House of Rep, those ones, you can. But if you are going for something as high as the senator or the presidency, it has to be 35. Well, to even chip this in again, is it, let me ask this question. Let me ask you that question. Is it that you can't run for either the Senate as a senator or to the post of the vice president or the president without first coming from the grassroots, maybe as a councillor, House of Rep, or as a governor? I think it has been the trend that I noticed that some persons, they go from the states and then they become senators. From commissioners to governor, then governor to senator, and then they can now vie for. Is it that it is a law, or these people just want to build stature?
From my own point of view, I think first of all, people will ask you what is your trajectory. People will ask you who is your father. Let me talk from another angle. Normal thing, people will ask you where are you coming from.
Are they trying to build a CV?
Exactly, that's the way it is. So how do you want to? I've heard people saying that some people are willing to contest now only because they want to build a CV. Lately, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I overheard over the television or over the radio, the news has it that the president said that he had been contesting, or he had performed, or he had served. Yeah, that's the word. He has served in several offices in Nigeria. Then he started listing them. He has served in this, as this, as that, as this, and that. And now he said he's tired. He wants to go and retire. Yeah. So to so many people, it's just a way of building stature. Is the developmental, is a trajectory for them. Is a way of gathering momentum for them to come on. How do you even want to get a ticket? You are from nowhere. You just want to contest. Come on, people will check it.
So I think it's one of those reasons why those your friends didn't win or were not.
Well, more than that is the issue of money. More than that, there's always a saying. I think I've said it over and over and over again. Economic determinism. In economics and in economic theories, and as well in political theories, we will talk about the substructure and the superstructure. Okay. Now, sometimes they will say the economic determines the politics, and for those from the political school of thought, we say the politics determines the economy. So it's a two-way thing. But no way. If you don't have the money, there are so many things you cannot do with that money.
Okay, so let's come from the perspective of the youth.
Alright, this is getting interesting. Can you imagine?
Yes, from the perspective of the youths. What do you think, or why do we think that, youths? Okay, we have been talking about age. Is it a determining factor? Definitely. But what are the pros and the cons of the young and the old? Well, for the young, I will say that let me go your way, as you always do, Pastor political pastor. Well, I think the Bible said that the strength.
Jesus.
No, the youth have strength. Okay. So I'll try to come from that perspective first. That as young individuals, as young leaders, we have the strength to run. Why do I say this? Becoming a leader is not easy. If you have ever been a part of the SUG in the university or any tertiary institution, you understand that being a leader adds more responsibility to your life. You have your personal life to do with, and then you have the interest of those that you are leading to add to it. And in doing that, you have to go for a lot of meetings. You have to, you just have a lot of things, and you are no longer thinking for yourselves. So I would like to say this, that for the young leaders in Nigeria, they have that strength to, you have the strength to go through the rigor that being a leader brings.
I think let me just corroborate what you just said now. I think what you're trying to say is that you're talking from the energetic perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. As a young person, you are more energetic than the older one, and at the same time, you may be much more. Mark my words. I said you may be more productive.
Okay.
Than the older generation. I could recall when President Goodluck Jonathan was going to be elected the first tenure. I see as someone his hair was quite darker than when he left the office.
When you have to take a lot of persons on your head, trust me, it is not a simple responsibility.
So the rigor, probably the younger ones may be able to face rigor when it comes to the strength to actually work and meeting. The news has said that the president said lately too that he has been having meeting upon meeting. He's tired, blah blah blah, and people were saying that.
Your will I'm seeking, so I keep on believing. I see it now, I understand, I know, so I embrace it then. Once again, it's time for me to grow. For every prayer and every tear I've sown.
Well, I would like to say another thing in favor of the young leaders. We are trying to come from the perspective of the younger generation. It's what is common actually in any setting, that younger generation or the younger ones tend to have newer ideas than the older ones. Why? Because they have not, I think it stems from having a fresh mind or an untainted perspective about things. We are more open to things and to think about them. We are just more open to bringing up new ideas into things than the older generation. I am not saying that the older generation do not bring anything to the table, but it just seems that the younger generation have more of that.
I think I got your point. Now the point I'm trying to make is I think she's talking about when compare with the other one, the younger ones are much more radical on the spectrum of policy making. They are much more radical. Like when I mean radical, they are not afraid of making a change. They want to go all out to want to see things done. It's actually one of the traits of being young. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually one of the traits of being young. Meanwhile, the other ones will be conventional in terms of this is the way we are doing our thing, and we've been doing like this for 100 years, and we don't want to change. Lately the president had an interview with I can't just remember. He had an interview lately, and he was when he was talking about the state policing, he has a disposition of saying that no, almost like there's no need for it. This is how we've been doing our thing, almost like there's no need for it.
I think it's because they try to run from risk that can come from all those things. The risk of unknown. Okay, this is how we have been doing it, and we know what the result is. But they do not want to do it in a new way, in such a way that they don't know what can come up to that. But I think why they will feel that is because they don't have much time. When you are old, you don't have much time to make mistakes. But when you are young, you have at least some time to make. If you you make that decision, or if you go out that way, you see, okay, it worked or not. You have another time to reboot and then.
I think that you also take this from where you're talking about the number of years. I think the younger ones would may have a longer political career to pursue. So in that sense of having a longer political career to pursue, a wise man or a wise young adult will want to make policies that won't dent his political image. What do you think? A wise man would want, this is just based on conventional wisdom now, a wise man would want to make favorable policy and pursue things that would favor him in the longer run. Because he knows that probably you are contesting for a local government chairman now today, and you are already behaving anti-people. And you still know that you are just 25 years old, and you still want to go for president. Please, your sense should tell you that you want to behave normal and do something right. But the older ones we are not saying they are not. We are just looking at. We are just placing. We are just making. We are just trying to make comparison. Yeah, and when we get to the older ones, probably we are actually going to bring out some other things to say too on that note.
Okay, well, I think another thing that younger ones. Oh, I don't want to talk generally too much, but I want to come from history. That younger ones tend to fight more for equal rights than the older generation. Yes, the older generation say, okay, there is this right to live. You have the right to life. You have the right to do, some of all these rights. But in the actual sense, do we really, or do the older generation really allow these rights? Let's come from the 90s when we had military rule. There is a way that the power that be can withhold your right from you, and you can't complain. And then sometimes too, even coming back to democracy now, living in military rule. Yes, in the books we have the rights to this and this, but in actual sense and the actual fact is that do they always really try to strive for this?
Well, I think my own position to what you're saying is we are talking about constitutionalism. Now we are talking about how well do we practice the constitution in place. We have something on paper and we have different things in practice. So I think I would so much agree to that. I would so much agree to that. I think, are we done with that? Are you done with that? Young adult something, just because of our time before we move to that one. Yeah. So I think there's something I like about the older ones. Really.
And what's that?
The thing I love about the older one is that they are full of experience.
Same here.
And as they will say, experience is the best teacher. Really. If you have never been in a place, you don't know how it's done.
Definitely.
But we young people, we have this energy to do this and to do that and to do it. You can have the energy to spoil things, to spoil everything. But the older one the older reasonable, they just get me right. The older ones may also have we have better experience than you do.
It's because they have also been at that point where they have the energy and they just want to do. And some of them might have done and they have seen the results. And seeing the results, they try to tell you that, okay, this thing does not really make sense. It's just like you see a young lady who is always following men, or men are always chasing after her, and you see her not really guarding herself. You try to tell her, hey, this work that you are working, it will not pay you.
Yeah.
You might not really have taken time to explain how or why it would pay her, but you just say it because you have seen it, you have experienced it. Maybe even the adult talking has also experienced it. But by the time the lady gets pregnant, and then the boy in question denies it, and she has to go through the rigor of training a child alone in poverty or in lack. then by the time she grows older, she also has that knowledge that this thing does not pay. So I think from what you said, that their experience, sometimes they try to teach us from what has happened to themselves.
Yeah, that is the selfless ones.
And I think the way Nigeria Nigeria is as of today, I would like to ask, will what did you call it? Will experience really help us? Why did I ask that question? We have been dealing with experience all those while. How has that experience been helping us?
I think the question should be open to listeners in the house, not me to answer it. Really, I would really want to avoid that question. Experience, they say, is the best teacher, but at the same time, we are in a position between the pillar and the post. We are in a what English would call, I think, catch 22, is it 60 or 22 situation, that we are between the devil and the deep little. So we have to choose one out of the two. And not to leave the topic we are talking about, is to talk about the older ones could be great strategists. Yeah, because of wisdom. Yeah. Could be. But this is not to exonerate the younger ones that they don't have wisdom. Do you get? But based on, I'm still talking from experience. Now, I think the question should now be that what could influence performance? What are things that actually influence performance? Really, we have health. Now the question is, do the older ones really have the health at their disposal? Now, one of the things that we want to look at for people running a political position is for you to look at their health history. Do they really have that health at their disposal? Because we are currently, Nigeria deserves the best, really. It is well, actually.
It's ready 'cause he told me so. It's green and it's all mine.
So at the same time, too, one of the very important things that we also are looking at when it comes to this thing is we are looking at their cognitive capacity. Yeah. As she explained to me. Now, what I'm talking about is sense. In the main sense is reasoning, thinking, the ability to reasoning, think.
Because they have had so much time to do that.
Yeah, think and reason. So I'm talking about what we want to consider in electing someone in a political position, right? You want to look at their health. You also want to look at their cognitive capacity. How well can they reason? Some people will just reason and just be like, hey, where is that coming from? Is that coming from the pit of hell? You know, I've had instances to interact, interview quite a couple of people. I'm amazed at the way they reason. It's just below reason. And these people, what do they want to offer? So that will now lead to the third one, because of our time, which will be the last one today, is what do they have to offer? Now, enough should be enough for Nigerians to be asking first, what is your religion? Yeah, enough should be enough for you to ask someone first. I'm contesting, and the next question is, where are you, a Christian or you're a Muslim or you're a traditionalist? That should not be the question. The question is, what can you offer me, or what can you offer the society? So if it is not well convincing, we did one program like that, and we were trying to demystify. We were trying to expose the kind of lies that our political office holders gives. I know, the kind of packaging, normal package data. Package data. And if your reasoning is telling you that you're that then you should know that this thing is a lie. It's not true, and it can never be true. So yeah, we should start thinking that, is this thing really realistic? For For me to come and tell Mr. Deji tomorrow, I'll tell you tomorrow, vote for me. If you vote for me, I'll become the president of Nigeria tomorrow. Fopa is going to become 5 naira. Miracle can happen, but I tell you, you should ask me how do I want to do it. Because in the real sense, if you get an economist to analyze these things for you, sometimes you will want to appreciate some government for what they are doing.
So what you're trying to say is that we should try to analyze the propagandas of contestants to actually see how achievable their propagandas are. How achievable are their manifestos actually? Okay. How achievable is this thing that I'm saying? Is it achievable? I'm saying I am going to build a road on the sky, or I'm going to build a road on the air. You should ask me, please, how do I want to do it? That's number one. Where do I want to get the resources to do that? Considering the economic situation that we find ourselves in this country, in fact, the next president may be in a more tight corner than the one we have right now, because of the economic entanglement that we have currently. So there's issue and there are issues. It is my prayer that may God help us in Jesus' name. Don't mind me, it's still your political doctor. I have not changed. Political pastor.
No, that's not so. Ladies and gentlemen, because of our time, I think we should be wrapping up the show here. And the main thing which we've talked about today is for you to understand that age, as much as it is important, you also want to consider some other things that are also involved when it comes to age and performance. This is not to say that we are not trying to say disclaimer here. We are not trying to say that the old cannot run, and we are not trying to say that the young are not the best for the office. But I want us to do more with reasoning. We should do a rational thinking, analyze rationally before we engage politics and election. Yeah, special thanks to our studio manager, Mr. Deji. We want to say thank you, Mr. Shegun. I see him. In fact, he's looking handsome today. I don't know what he did. Probably is because of the double celebration. And Mr. Akim and Mr. Ojo. Sorry, Miss Joy, Mrs. Ojo, Mr. Joy. We want to say thank you. And I want to appreciate Lady IG on the show, all the way from the States. I want to say thank you. No, I want to say thank you. And this is when I remember I almost said my name. My friends call me E to the Y to the A to the Hi. I Adiji Adebola, your political doctor. Stay safe. 2023 is coming. And please be careful of who you vote for.
Well, from me, they always say age is just a number, and then they always tell us too that the young shall grow. But I would like to just say this, that there is a huge gap right now between the young and the old in governance, and we have to bridge that gap. So, in 2023, make your wise decisions and vote in for the best. I love you.
Bye.
So I keep on believing. I see it now, I understand, I know. So I embrace it, dance. Once again, it's time for me to grow.
Orin ńlá oníkásùn kájì kánà pàpà káfíń kánà kásọmọ́ra kálálùgbò jẹ́sẹ́nu sẹ́tìrì lọ́nà fún oore ọ̀fẹ́ ni kéèyàn wà lábarapá láìsòjòjò oore ọ̀fẹ́ ńlá oore gidi ni àgàgà kéèyàn ogun àkàbà àkàsọ̀ ẹ̀mí látọjọ́ ẹ̀bí títí di ọdún méjìdínlọ́gọ́ta fún gbogbo ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ọ́rẹ́ tó sì mọ̀ pẹ́ dú ìdí gan rèé Alhaji Honourable Wasiu Ajani Adéwálé Ọlátúbọ̀sún ọmọ ìyá alágbo tá a fi ń bọ́ dúpẹ́ ọjọ́ òbí rẹ̀ tó kò láàyè tó pé ẹni ọdún méjìdínlọ́gọ́ta 58 years ìgbà ọdún láyé ní ọ́fíìsì ọjọ́ tá a bí ọ Ọlátúbọ̀sún ó ṣe pàtàkì ọjọ́ ṣe lógo lẹ́ni tí yóò rógo lò tí ò ní kú dọ́jú ògo ẹ̀ Honourable Wasiu Ọlátúbọ̀sún happy birthday to you ọ̀nà ọpẹ́ rẹ pọ̀ Ọlátúbọ̀sún ayé ọ̀fẹ́ gbà fún ọ lóúnjẹ ó bùnrin táwọn ẹ̀wọ̀n ààyè tó tọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́dà rẹ̀ ń gbé ọ sí Ọlátúbọ̀sún ọkùnrin takuntakun bí akọ olúmọdí ọkùnrin gbàngbàràn bí erin yagbóyajù lọ́dàn ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ogun ìwọ́n tó ogun àkàbà ọdún kejìdínlọ́gọ́ta ogun púpọ̀ lọ́dún Wasiu Ọlátúbọ̀sún olóṣèlú àìsẹ̀tàn tí kì í bálágà bàǹgẹ̀bẹ̀ṣe nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ìran akọni ìṣàgàbàǹgẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀mọ̀wé Wasiu Ọlátúbọ̀sún olùkọ́ni Wasiu Ọlátúbọ̀sún olóṣèlú tòótọ́ Wàsíù Ọlátúbọ̀sún àkànkò alákàkì ńbàdàn ọ̀sálága àjọba àbílẹ̀ ìbàdàn north west kò burú ó ṣe talábòjútó ó fi wà àìtàkùrẹ̀wẹ̀sì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ di kọmíṣánná fọ́rọ̀ àṣà ìròyìn àtìrìnàjò afẹ́ ọ̀nrẹ́bù Wàsíù Ọlátúbọ̀sún o tá a bí lọ́jọ́ kọkànlá oṣù kínní ọdún 1964 sílé olóògbé Alhaji Raufu Ọlátúbọ̀sún nílé ìbíkúnlé láyẹyẹ ìlú ìbàdàn Wàsíù Ọlátúbọ̀sún ìwọ náà kọ́ Olódùmarè ọba ni mélòó láwa kà lọ́rọ̀ rẹ̀ Ọlátúbọ̀sún o ṣebí wọ́n lọ́mọ lọ́kọ́ ọmọ àrélù ọ̀tún lọ́kọ́ múdà ó délé òsì lọ́kọ́ báwọn múdà ó dẹ̀rọ̀ agbede méjì lọ́kọ́ múdà ó gbẹ̀sọ̀ ọmọ ẹrú jọba lólele tẹ̀tù kí jọba lóhùn ẹ̀rọ méjì ní kìnìún ìbíkúnlé Àjàní Ọlátúbọ̀sún ìkan kọjú sóríta mẹ́rin èkejì kọjú sópòpó oyè ọ̀sà ńbàdàn kìnìún méjèèjì pèrègùn ìbíkúnlé ni wọ́n ń sọ Ọlátúbọ̀sún dìde ó bọ́ ṣòkòtò ìdí ó bọ́ ṣòkòtò òró gangan làábọ̀sùn àwo ìdí ó bọ́ ṣòkòtò Wàsíù Àjàní Adéwálé Ọlátúbọ̀sún ọmọ ìyá alágbo happy birthday to you.